Welcome to our latest installment of ABL Advisors video series featuring leaders from the commercial finance industry. I'd like to welcome our guest, Doug Winget, President of Huntington Business Credit. Thanks for being here today, Doug, and it's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Mike. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Well, with that, what I'd like to do is start right in on today's subject that we're going to be discussing, which is the strategic expansion of Huntington Business Credit into the West Coast. If that's all right with you. So I'll start right in with the questions.
Yeah, great.
In early November, Huntington Business Credit announced the expansion and opening of 3 offices on the West Coast, one in Los Angeles, one in San Francisco, and the other one in Portland, Oregon. Can you tell us a little bit about why you are expanding at this time into the West Coast with the footprint? What makes the West Coast so attractive for Huntington Business Credit?
Yeah, no, thanks, Mike. So for us, it was number one, an opportunity to hire very experienced ABL talented people. And as most of us know, that is not a function that's necessarily easy to find. So we saw these individuals that were very talented, senior people, and the ability to expand our group to the West Coast. This makes us a national group. This is really expanding our group geographically to the opportunity to hire very talented, experienced people.
So is the expansion on the West Coast any way tied to the COVID-19 pandemic creating opportunities for you in any way? Or is this more of a situation that the timing was really based upon the fact that you had a missing portion of the country at this point, the footprint was not covering it, and you had an opportunity to really just find the right people? Or did COVID-19 create any opportunities that were new for you?
Yeah, so this was both, in that it was an opportunity for us as we look to go west and fill out our map. It's also a time where certain banks are pulling back, and our bank is looking for opportunities to grow. Our bank is looking at being aggressive at a time when other banks may be pulling back. And so the timing was perfect for us. It allowed us, when other banks were taking a less aggressive approach, gave us a chance to go out and get some very talented, experienced people.
Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about those folks. And I was going from the announcement, and that is that you were able to bring on board 5 new hires. Tab French, Bob Alexander, Martin Valencia, David Lerner, and John Kolb, if I have that correct.
Yes.
And these folks, were they all part of a team together at one time, or how were you able to assemble this team together for the West Coast?
Yeah, so these individuals were the senior managers and RMs and BDOs at East West Bank. They were running their ABL group. So for us, it was the opportunity to take a team that was working together and just take them and plug them right into a West Coast team for us. And with that, we have somebody in Southern California, we have individuals in Northern California, and now Portland, really covering the entire coast.
Now, will these offices be purely business development offices, or will they also encompass anything such as credit underwriting, portfolio management, anything like that?
Yeah, so it's both business development and portfolio management. 3 of the individuals will be focusing on origination and business development, and 2 will be portfolio managers, managing the relationships within our group. So it gave us a team that's embedded in these markets that they can develop, originate, close, and then manage on the West Coast. Okay,
great. So it's really an established team ready to run and do business already.
Correct.
Now, Huntington Business Credit is a generalist. They lend in multiple industries as a middle market lender. Will this expansion create opportunities to expand into any new industry sectors that are more prevalent in the West Coast that you haven't been able to focus on in other parts of the country?
So really, it's just an expansion of what we do today. It's a geographic expansion. The West Coast offers us a very deep prospect base, especially for wholesalers, distributors, importers, service companies, some manufacturing, but in those industries, really expanding our product set And ABL fits very well with those industries. So we saw it as an opportunity where the deep prospect base to just take our product and move it further geographically.
Prior to this, did you have any presence at all on the West Coast?
We did not. We did not. Our farthest west office is Dallas. So we've moved from the Southwest now all the way to the West Coast.
So this gives you how many offices nationwide now?
17.
17 strategically throughout the country at this point.
Correct. Yeah, 17 offices across the country.
Now, these folks are part of the asset-based lending group, focusing on asset-based lending, but Huntington Bank itself offers a myriad of products, anything from, commercial real estate to sponsored finance group. There's a lot of different products that Huntington offers. How will these folks that are focused on business development and business and management of the relationships on the West Coast, how will they be working with the other areas of Huntington Bank?
Yeah, good question. So our bank, being a Midwest-based bank from a retail perspective, we'll be able to leverage off of that. We have offices as far west as Chicago from a retail perspective, and we are looking to utilize the talent and products we have today within the bank and expand it nationally across the country, which we've done. We have customers today all across the United States. We have customers in LA. We have customers on the East Coast. We have customers in the Southwest, and of course, all across the North Coast. So really, it's just looking for us to deepen our opportunities in the West. And we see it as a very attractive opportunity to take our product with very experienced individuals that's already a team and be able to pick up market share on the West Coast.
Are there plans to continue to explore other opportunities throughout the United States if these opportunities present themselves for your group?
We'll be opportunistic and look to fill in the map where we find very talented people. Yes. Yeah.
And how is the year shaping up for you folks? I know that you and I had spoken earlier in the year, but how is the year shaping up, and how do you foresee things going as we go into the new year?
Yeah, the pipeline has never been stronger historically for our group. We're significantly up over last year, new business closings, and we look for a very good start to 2021. We've seen M&A financings pick up. We've seen refinance and recapitalization opportunities pick up as well. Our ABL product fits very well with a market today that's somewhat uncertain. The companies are looking for certainty, liquidity, and flexibility in a market that is not as certain today because of the COVID pandemic shutdowns and effects that companies have around uncertainty.
Okay, great. So my final question is going to be, now that we're in this new surge of the virus, unfortunately, here throughout the country, you're optimistic about things going forward. So you don't see that the pandemic, as it goes through its next phase that it's in right now, as we enter the holiday season and getting through that, you don't see that as a negative influence on where the volume might be for your group?
Well, certainly there are issues with COVID and shutdowns and restrictions, and we have to work around that. But what we are seeing is opportunities because of that. And within asset-based lending being a more collateral-focused product, it fits well with companies that are looking for certainty in their financing, liquidity, and flexibility in their covenant structures. So we're seeing it as some banks are pulling back. We're seeing ABL and Huntington Business Credit as a product for us to expand with that is both a win-win for the bank and for the customer.
Do you see competition getting more difficult as the market progresses, or are you going to be able to remain steady the way you are right now?
I think competition today is fairly steady. I wouldn't say it's heightened or materially pulled back. There was a period in the first half where we did see competition pull back. I think today competition has kind of pulled back to a historical level, and we see competition remaining fairly steady.
Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to cover with you today, and that was the expansion strategically. Why? It sounds like you have a strong group, and they're probably out there doing business as we speak at this time.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to discuss before we conclude the interview and tell our audience about what's happening out there with your group and what you foresee?
Well, I just say, Mike, that number one, I thank you for this opportunity to tell our story. And two, we're looking for opportunities to grow, and our team on the West Coast, and I certainly reach out to them, welcome them to the Huntington name, and we're looking to partner with some of our, in our industries we partner as well as compete, and we're looking to gain new customers through both. So I wish everybody a happy holidays, best of health, and a good end to the rest of the year.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for your time today again, and it's a pleasure seeing you again. And my very best wishes to you, your family, and all the team that for the holidays, and that everyone stays safe throughout the entire season.
Great. Thanks, Mike.